Well, hello again, everybody. Good to be back with you again. We have game one of the doubleheader. This is the Yankees against the Browns. This is June 5th, 1949. The Yankees are, I think they're about a game and a half or so out of first place. Cleveland just lost a doubleheader, as you saw, which means that there is a chance for the Yankees to get back into this one. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward. Yankees at 25-19, the Browns at 21-14, and here's Hank Bauer, who fouls off the first pitch. Red Embry goes out there for the St. Louis Browns, 4.85 the ERA. He's got a 3-1 record. Bauer's hitting 309, takes the ball, it's 1-1. That's lined over to left field, and there's a base hit. And so you wonder, why do we have Hank Bauer, of all people, leading off? That's why. Here comes Jean Woodling, who's hitting 315, but 426 the on-base percentage. And he takes a ball low, true to form, and fouls one away. 1-1, 30 walks for Woodling already. Takes inside and low. It's a 2-1 now on Jean, and that's hit deep to center. That is over Spence's head. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes Bauer around third trying to score. Spence's throw to the plate, and Moss has it, but not in time. And Woodling has driven in a run already. It's 1-0 New York, and here is Cliff Mapes. So Woodling gets the big double. And up now is Cliff Mapes, who's the man who makes you forget about Joe DiMaggio. He takes the ball. 292 is what Mapes is hitting. 2-0 is the count on him. 5 home runs so far, 25 driven in. There's ball 3 to Cliff. He'll be laying in the weeds for this one, and there's that automatic strike. It's 3-1 now on Mapes. And that's wide for ball 4, and that'll bring up Jerry Coleman. Coleman back in the lineup, which means the good old Snuffy Sternweiss won't have his chance, at least this early, to get his first hit of the season. We know all about him. He's one of the memes on the channel, and here comes Coleman. Takes the ball inside, hitting 323. He's driven in 18, 444 slugging percentage. And he takes another ball. 2-0 is the count on Coleman. That's popped up over to Embry, who dives for it, falls out of his glove. He picks it up, throws to first, not in time. They're going to give him an error or a base hit. They're calling that a base hit for Jerry Coleman. And so that means the bases are loaded now with nobody out here for Tommy Henrich, and Embry might not last for long. Henrich has 10 home runs, and he hits one deep to right field, but not quite deep enough. Kokos goes back and grabs that. It is deep enough to score the run, though, and Woodling scores. Mapes moves over to third. It's a 2-0 lead for the Yankees, and now there's finally one out here in the top of the first, and up comes Yogi Berra. There's no place to hide in this lineup, or to hide away from this lineup, I should say. Here comes a ground ball over to second. Pretty has that one. He'll go to first base with it, and they'll let Mapes score. Coleman was already on second, so there was no chance for the double play. There's 2 away, and it's 3-0 New York. Up now is the Scooter, Phil Rizzuto. Scooter's hitting 286, and he takes a ball high. And another one low. 2-0 on Phil. There's a breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 2-1. That's way outside. 3-1 on Phil, and that's fouled away. Full count now on Rizzuto. And that's in close, and he gets the walk, and that'll bring up Bobby Brown. So Embry's walked 2, giving up 3 hits and 3 runs so far. And Brown takes a ball, 1-0, and there's a base hit to left, and that's going to possibly score Coleman. He's going around third, and the throw is way offline. Coleman does score, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Cuddles Marshall, who's getting a rare start out there for the Yankees. And he swings and misses at the first pitch for a strike, and there's a ball off the plate. Marshall only had 9 at-bats in real life, 4 already here in this replay. 2-2 is the count on him quickly. That's chopped over back to the mound to Embry, and he fields that one, throws to first, but not in time. That loads the bases again, this time for Hank Bauer. It's a doubleheader, remember, and so that's why I don't bring Embry out right away. Bauer, first pitch swinging, hits that one to Sullivan. The shortstop flips over to Pretty, the second baseman, covering at second. We go to the bottom of the first, and the Yankees had 4 runs on 5 hits as 10 men went to the plate in the top of the first. The problem, again, with St. Louis is that you have to have enough pitchers to throw 18 innings, at least. Here's Stan Spence here for the Browns up against Marshall. Marshall with a 1.88 ERA, 1-0 this season. 1-1 is the count on Spence, and 2-1 is that one missed. There's ball 3 way off the plate, and there's a swing and a miss. It's a full count now on Stan, and that's low, and Spence takes the walk. So that means the Browns do have a runner here on first here for Dick Kokos. And normally I guess you would bunt here. Kokos takes a ball, but there's no need when you're down by 4 already. 1-1 the count on Kokos. That's a strike in the inside corner. It's 1-2. There's a swing and a miss in that pitch that was low, and down he goes. Marshall gets his first strikeout, and there's one away. Here's Jerry Pretty. takes the ball high, 1-0. Cuddles might have the chin, doesn't have the strike zone, though. 1-1 pitch to Pretty was popped up over to first base. Henrik has that for the out, and there's 2 away. And here's Les Moss. 273 is what Moss is hitting. 421 the slugging percentage, so he does have some power. Takes the ball, then hits a ground ball over to Coleman, who throws him out at first, and we go to the top of the second. Still 4-0 Yankees. Here's Gene Woodling, who takes the ball high. And a strike, 1-1. Popped up out of play. 1-2 now the count on Woodling, and there's ball 2. 2-2. And there's another foul ball. 2-2 remains on Gene. It's fouled away again, still 2-2, and that's popped up just out of play. And that one's foul again, and it's going to be Dillinger, the third baseman, getting that one. Finally, a foul ball is in play, and so there's 1 away. Here now is Cliff Mapes, who walked last time up, and he takes the ball. Then a strike, 1-1 the count. Embry misses again. It's 2-1, 42 pitches already for Embry. It's fouled away, 2-2 now on Mapes. And he holds up on that one just barely, and it's a full count on Cliff. Ground ball, third base side, and Embry has it and fumbles it and can't get the throw off to first, and they're going to charge him with an error. Embry has fielded 3 balls. 2 of them went for base hits, and 1 of them went for an error. He just can't grip it when he's trying to field. Does a pretty poor job of fielding his position, I'd say, and that'll bring up Jerry Coleman. That's been the story of this one so far. Red Embry just not fielding it anywhere, and there's a ground ball to Sullivan. The shortstop has no play at all as he bobbles that one. It's another error. And so Coleman is safe at first, and here comes Tommy Henrik, runners on at first and second. Henrik came within feet of hitting a grand slam last time up and hits a ground ball over to Dillinger at third. He goes to Pretty at second for 1, but they can't get the double play. Henrik's too fast for that, and that'll bring up Yogi Berra now. Runners on first and third, top of the second. It's 4-0 Yankees. Berra takes a ball low and hits one deep to right, but foul. 1-1 the count on Yogi. That's fouled away. It's 1-2. And that's popped up, and it's going to be the first baseman, Graham, who grabs that, and Red gets out of that jam. We go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Jack Graham here. Graham takes the ball. He's got 10 home runs already, hitting well. Hits a fly ball to right field. Hank Bauer's got that for the out, 1 away. Bob Dillinger up next, and he takes the ball, and then a strike, hitting only 289, a little bit behind what he was in real life. Hits a fly ball over to center. Mapes has that one squared away. There's 2 away, and here's Roy Sievers, who takes the ball low. Marshalls is starting to pitch well. 2 balls now on Sievers. Ground ball first base. Henrik does beat him to the bag, so it's unassisted play for Tommy Henrik. Looks like a normal ground ball in the box score, but you take a look at the play-by-play, and you think that was one of the most exciting plays you ever saw, and we go to the top of the third. It's Phil Rizzuto here for the Yankees with a 4-0 lead. It's a ground ball over to Pretty, who throws to first in time for the out, 1 away. Bobby Brown now takes the ball high. And another one high that's just inside as well, 2-0. It's off the plate, 3-0 now on Brown, and there's ball 4 outside. Red Embry has walked his third of the game, and that brings up Cuddles. Cuddles had a base hit last time, and he gets another one. He bunts that one straight out there, and Embry and Moss don't even move. They're both expecting the other one to do something. That ball ends up just sitting there on the grass. That's the easiest way to get a base hit, and Cuddles Marshall is 2 for 2 today. How about that? You talk about the unexpected taking place. That was unexpected. Here now is Hank Bauer. Takes a strike, 1 for 2, and he hits that one deep down the left field line, and that baby's gone. That's a 3-run home run for Hank Bauer, and the Yankees are just absolutely all over the Browns in this one. It's 3-0 here already. There's only 1 man out top of the third, and Embry's coming up next. We'll let him throw through the rest of this inning before we take him out. Gene Woodling takes a strike, pops one foul. It's 0-2 on Woodling. There's a ball low, 1-2. Ground ball right side, and it's Graham who has that, flips over to Embry for the out at first, 2 away, and here comes Cliff Mapes. 7-0 Yankees. There's a ball high to Mapes, 1-0. 7 hits for the Yankees. It's 2-0 now on Mapes, and he takes ball 3, 3-0. He's taking all the way on that one, and he'll take a stroll down to first base, so Mapes walks again, and that brings up Jerry Coleman, and the top of the third continues. There's a ball outside, another ball inside this time. That's wide. And there's finally the strike. 3-1 on Coleman. That's inside but fouled away. Full count now on Jerry. And that's hit to the center field. And Spence dives for that one and makes the catch. Good play by Stan Spence. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. Anything but routine. It's 7-0 Yankees. Here comes John Sullivan, the shortstop, who takes the ball. It's a ground ball right side. It's Henrik who makes the play, flips to Marshall for the out, 1 away, and that'll bring up Red Embry. And as I promised, we'll take him out. We're going to put Frankie Pack in there to pinch hit for him. Pack pinch hit once in real life and struck out. Fouls 1 away. And takes the ball high, 1-1. Swing and a miss on that one, 1-2 on Frankie. And he takes the ball, 2-2. There's strike 3 at the knees. So he does exactly what he did in real life. All of you who care about realism should have paid attention to that one. 2 away, and here's Stan Spence. And he takes the ball inside, 1-0. There's another one, just misses, 2-0 on Spence. And that's hit foul down the right field line. It's 2-1. And that's way outside, 3-1 the count. Fouled away, full count now on Stan. And that's low and outside, and that's another walk for Spence. And so Marshall has walked 2, but it was the same guy both times. Dick Kokos now takes the ball low, and then a strike on the outside edge. There's a ball wide, 2-1 on Kokos, and that's inside. It's 3-1. Hit over to shallow right, but Bauer's there, and he makes the catch for the out. And we will go to the top of the 4th. The question is, who do we want to put in, and how are we going to handle this one? I think we'll put Bill Kennedy in. He can be sort of long-term relief, maybe. But then we have to have Cliff Fannin start the next game. So it's either you have Kennedy start, you have Fannin start. I think we'll put Fannin in, actually. We'll have Kennedy start this next game of the doubleheader. It's kind of a hard decision to make. That's what happens when your pitcher can't get through more than 3 innings. Here's Tommy Henrik now against Cliff Fannin. And it's garbage time, I'll tell you that. Ball high to Henrik, and there's another one high. It's 2-0 on Tommy. There's a high strike call, 2-1, and that's fouled away, 2-2. So the Yankees with a victory here are going to do well for themselves. Henrik swings and can't hold his swing, and he goes down with a strikeout, 1 away. With his win here, the Yankees really put themselves back into the conversation in the American League. But New York also has to have somebody start the next game. It's 0-2 here on Berra. There's a ball high, 1-2, and that's high and outside, 2-2 the count. And that one misses again. It's a full count now on Yogi, and that's on the outside corner for strike 3, 2 down. Fannin has struck out 2. Not sure where all this was. Maybe we should have started him in game 2. Phil Rizzuto now fouls 1 away. Takes the ball inside, 1-1. That's way outside. It's 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2. Hit over to Dillinger at third base, goes to first for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It will be Jerry Pretty to lead this one off. Pretty is 0 for 1, and he takes the ball. And another ball, it's 2-0. And there's a ground ball over to Coleman, and that's off his glove. That's going to be an error on Jerry, and that allows Pretty to reach first base. That'll bring up Les Moss. So the Browns with another runner. Moss takes the ball, and then a strike. It's 1-1 on Les. And that's fouled away. 1-2 the count. You won't bunt with Moss, not when you're down by 7. 2-2. Fouls that one away just barely, still 2-2. There's another foul ball. And that's high. Full count now on Les. Ground ball, good play by Coleman, throws to first, and he makes up for that error with a good play. Pretty moves over to second. There's one out. There's a chance for Jack Graham to try to get another RBI. He's got 40 so far this season, and he hits one over to right field. Bauer reads that one wrong, and that lands in front of him. He moved back on that one. Here comes Pretty around trying to score. We will have Graham try to move to second, and there's the throw over to second, and they do throw him out. So they go for the decoy. Pretty scores, and Graham gets his 41st RBI. And by the way, that was the first hit for the St. Louis Browns. Didn't come till the bottom of the 4th inning. So it's a 7-1 lead now for the Yankees, and here's Bob Dillinger, who takes the ball low. Marshall, bad luck Marshall, I suppose. Ground ball, and Coleman unable to make that play in time. Dillinger gets an infield hit. So the first hit was because Bauer went back on a ball that was shallow. Second hit was because Jerry Coleman couldn't get that one out of his glove in time. Should have been 3 errors, really, if you ask me. Here comes Roy Sievers. Sievers takes a ball, 1-0. There's another ball outside, 2-0 on Roy, and that misses again. It's 3-0. There's a strike, and Sievers takes again. There's another strike, full count now on Roy, fouled away. And that's off the plate. That's going to be a ball, and Marshall has walked his third, and that'll bring up John Sullivan. Sullivan takes the ball, and there's a ground ball down the first base line. That's hits the bat, goes over Henrik's head. That's going to score at least one. Here comes Sievers around to try to score as well, and no, he doesn't. It's a good throw by Bauer over to Coleman onto Berra, and Berra makes the tag for the out. That does it for the bottom of the 4th inning. And so the Yankees now have a 7-2 lead, and we're able just to get out of that inning, and we go to the top of the fifth. It'll be Bobby Brown and maybe Cuddles. We'll see what they do. Brown takes a strike, fouls one away. It's 0-2 on Bobby. Ground ball up the middle, pretty, on to first, one away. Here's Marshall, and he stays in, takes the strike, and a ball, 1-1 the count. That one misses, 2-1 on Cuddles. There's another strike, it's 2-2 on him. And it's fouled away. 2-2, still on Cuddles, and that misses inside. It's a full count. There's strike 3. So Fannin has struck out 3, pitching pretty well. Here now Hank Bauer takes a ball. And another one high and inside. It's 2-0 on Bauer. There's a strike, 2-1. Ground ball, Graham, first baseman, onto the bag, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. We're going to keep Fannin in there. He's been pitching well. He takes a ball high. Ground ball short, and Rizzuto throws over, and that throw was a poor throw by Phil, and that hit him in the hand, apparently, as he's coming up the line. That's interesting. You got to wonder, I mean, wouldn't that be an interference call or something like that? Not entirely sure what happened with this one, so there's a relatively rare play for you. And Fannin ends up on first base on the air. 2 errors now in the Yankees. Here now is Stan Spence. Spence takes the ball low and outside. That's grounded wide at first into the hole for a base hit. Fannin will stop at second, and that'll bring up Dick Coco. So that's the fourth hit for the Browns. It's really the first actual hit the Browns have had all day. It's the first one, well, I guess the second. So there was that one that hit the bag at first. So Marshall's pitched fairly well, but that bad luck is starting to catch up with him now. And here comes Dick Cocos. Takes a strike outside. It's a pop-up right side. And Henrik ends up making a basket catch as Marshall and Henrik sort of stared at each other, and neither one wanted to take that one in. And we're seeing some really creative defense here. You talk all about what a great team the Yankees were in the 1950s and the late 1940s, starting with 49, and they were. But this isn't looking so great, is it? Here's Jerry Pretty, who takes a ball, 1-0. That's off the plate. It's 2-0 on Jerry. And that's hit to deep to center field. And Mapes goes back and gets that one. Fannin tags the second, moves over to third. But now there are 2 outs, and here comes Les Moss. Moss is 0 for 2 today. Takes the ball. Is driven in 18. That's low and away. 2-0 the count on Les. It's way out. 3-0. He'll take this one. And that's ball 4 down and in. That'll bring up Jack Graham. You'd rather pitch to Moss than Graham. Bases loaded now for Jack. 10 home runs. He has an RBI in this game. See if he can jack one out here. 1 for 2 today is Graham. Takes a strike. And that's high. 1-1. And that's inside. 2-1 on Graham. And that's hit out in front of the plate. Marshall throws to first for the out. That wasn't very good, Jack. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning, and here comes Gene Woodling. Still 7-2 Yankees, but the Browns are making some noise. 0-2 quickly on Gene. And he holds up in time. It's 1-2. That's inside on him. 2-2 the count. Ground ball first base side. Graham runs to the bag, does not win the race with Woodling, and so Gene is safe. That's another somewhat unusual play. Usually when Diamond Mine, at least, you will see the first baseman win that race. But if there's, a full moon outside and the werewolves are howling, then he's safe, and that's what happened there. Cliff Mapes comes up next with a runner on at first, and the 1-1 count on him quickly. And there goes Woodling, and he steals the base. Mapes swung on and missed at that one. Did have a couple steals in real life. We'll give that one to him. There's a ball high now. 2-2 on Cliff, and that's high again. It's a full count on Mapes. And that's down in the dirt, but Mapes goes golfing after that one and swings and misses, and that's strikeout number 4 for Fannin. There's one away here in the top of the 6th. There's Jerry Coleman, who takes the strike. Coleman has driven in 18. He has another opportunity to do that again. 1-1 the count. That's high. 2-1. And there it is, down the left field corner, and that'll be an easy double for Jerry, and that drives it in, and that makes it 8-2. That brings up Tommy Henrik. So Fannin's pitched well, but not quite well enough. Might be tiring. There's a ball to Henrik, and there's a ground ball past Sullivan to left field. Here goes Coleman for the play. There goes the throw home. It's a poor throw. It's short, and Henrik takes second on that, and it's a 9-2 lead. And here now is Yogi Berra. Hits one over to center field. Spence has that for the out, 2 away. And up is Phil Rizzuto. So 9-2 Yankees as Rizzuto takes the ball. Another ball high. 2-0 the count on him. Fannin misses again. There's ball 3, and there's ball 4, and he lost him all the way. Cliff needs to come out. We want to squeeze just a little bit more out of him as Brown takes the ball and hits one between first and second for a base hit. puts runners on first and third. Fannon's given up 3 this evening, this inning. This evening, I'm just looking at this and thinking, I mean, could we squeeze a little bit more out of him? I think the plan here, we're going to try to do a little bit more out of him, go a little bit further, and probably put Tom Ferrick in for the rest of the game. So we will leave Cliff in there for the time being. Runners on first and third, and there's a strike now to Cuddles, and he fouls one away. It's 0-2. 2 for 3 is Marshall, takes a ball, hits that one over left side, and Dillinger in foul territory makes the catch. And so we do go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bob Dillinger leads us off for the Browns. It's 10-2 Yankees, and he takes a ball outside and hits that one to center field for a base hit. So he does his job, and that'll bring up Roy Sievers. Sievers takes the ball low, and then a strike, 1-1. Inside for a ball, 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's low. Full count now on Sievers, and there's ball 4. And now there are 2 men on, and that'll bring up John Sullivan. So hold your horses. The Browns look on the scoreboard like they're not doing well, but they're getting runners on base again. High strike to Sullivan, 0-1, and that one misses, 1-1. Ground ball to Coleman. Coleman to Rizzuto for 1, back on to Henrik for the double play, and there's 2 men out now. Dillinger moves to third, and we're going to put Whitey Platt in here for a pinch hitter for the pitcher. Here comes Whitey, who's hitting .299, takes the ball outside. Swings and misses a 1. It's 1-1, and that one misses again. 2-1 the count. There's a strike. It's 2-2, and that's ball 3 low. That's high, and so down to first he goes, and that'll bring up Stan Spence. Spence still has that .518 slugging percentage. Let's see what he can do here. Fouls one away. He's got 5 home runs. There's a ball inside, and that's lined to left, and Woodling can't get there. That's a base hit, and that sends Platt to third. That'll bring up now Dick Kokos. Kokos today is 0 for 3, and he has a good slugging percentage as well, 10 home runs. That's lined up the middle for a base hit, and Spence will play it safe with him, and it's 10-4. So Marshall is starting to give him up. 7 hits now for the Browns. This game's not over yet. Here is Jerry Pretty. And that's a wild pitch by Marshall, and Spence very aggressive in taking off on that one. Berra had blocked that one and had a chance on him at third, but the throw was not in time, and Pretty's still up there now with runners on at second and third. There's a ball low to him, and a high strike, 2-1 now on Jerry. High and outside, it's 3-1, and he'll take this one, and that's the second strike, so it's a full count now on Jerry. And down he goes, swing and a miss, and that's the end of that, and so we will go to the bottom of or top of the 7th inning, and as promised, here comes Tom Ferrick. And I think we will take Whitey Platt out. That was the big question, and we will take him out. Here comes Hank Bauer up to bat, and he hits one over to the right side. Ferrick goes over and grabs that and throws to first, 1 away. Tom comes in with a 3.06 ERA. 1-0 is the record, and gives up promptly a base hit to Woodling, and Kokos plays that one a little bit half-heartedly, and Woodling takes advantage, goes to second, and has a stand-up double. Hit number 12 for the Yankees, and here comes Cliff Mapes. Ball low to Mapes. He's walked twice. No hits today. 0 for 2. That's it over to first. And Graham, no play at third, so goes to the bag himself, and there's 2 away. Here now is Jerry Coleman. So Ferrick pitching fairly well. Hasn't given up a run yet. Throws a ball to Coleman. And then hits a ground ball over to Pretty, who throws to first. And that does it. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Still 10-4 Yankees, and it'll be Les Moss leading this off. And Moss takes the strike. 0 for 2 today. Did walk once. And fouls one away. It's 0-2. That's outside and low. 1-2. That's low again. 2-2. And that's off the plate. It's a full count. And that's hit over to short. Rizzuto on to first for the out. 1 away. Here's Jack Graham. Graham takes the ball high. 1-0 the count. Grounded right side. Coleman on to first. There's 2 away. And here comes Bob Dillinger. Hits one over to second, and Coleman throws to first, and we go to the top of the 8th. It'll be Tommy Henrik here for the Yankees. Henrik takes the ball high, and then a strike on the corner. Hits one over to right field. Kokos there for the out. 1 away. Yogi Berra now. And that's fouled away by Yogi. 0-1. Ground ball shortstop. Sullivan throws to first. Good play for the second out. 2 away, and here's Rizzuto. Scooter takes the ball high, and then a strike. 1-1 on Phil. It's outside for a ball. And there's another ball as he checked his swing and then hits a ground ball over to Dillinger. Third baseman throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Roy Sievers here who takes the ball for the Browns. Marshall misses again. It's 2-0. There's this strike inside corner, 2-1. That's high. 3-1 on Roy. Swing and a miss, full count, and that's inside for the walk. And so Sievers goes down to first, and that'll bring up John Sullivan. Normally we'd bunt here, but not down by 6. 2-0 quickly the count on Sullivan. There's a strike outside corners, 2-1. That's way outside, 3-1 on John. There's a strike. It looked like ball 4, but now they call that a strike, so it's a full count now on Sullivan. And that's hit to the right side. Coleman to Rizzuto and back on to first for the double play, and that'll bring up Tom Farrick. We'll let him hit for himself after that double play. There's not much happening offensively for the Browns. So it's a 1-1 count on Farrick. It's outside 2-1. Ground ball Coleman, second baseman, on to first, and we go to the top of the 9th. Bobby Brown will lead this one off, and he fouls one away, 0-1. And there's a ball low, 1-1. And that's fouled away, 1-2 now on Bobby. There's a slider high, 2-2. Next, it's fouled away again, still 2-2, and down goes Brown, swinging, 1 away. Cuddles Marshall, and they're going to take him out finally. Gus Nierhos comes in, and that means that we've got Joe Page to look forward to bottom of the 9th. Nierhos takes a strike, and then a ball low, 1-1. That's way off the plate, 2-1. There's another strike, 2-2 on him. Low, full count on Gus. And that's a base hit over to left field. So 13 hits now for the Yankees, and that brings up Hank Bauer. 10-4 New York as Bauer takes a strike. And a good sinker, 0-2. That's just wide, 1-2. Pop up, Pretty has that one for the out, 2 away, and here comes Gene Woodling. There's been a lot of offense in this game, but the Browns have had their chances. They keep stranding runners, 1-1 on Woodling. Slider is away, but he swings and misses, 1-2. There's a ball, 2-2 on Gene. That's low, full count on Woodling. Just fouled away. Full count remains. And there's a pop-up foul, out of play. Full count still. Fouled away again. Still a full count on Woodling. Ground ball up the middle. Pretty no play on that. That's going to be a base hit, infield hit for Woodling. So he will end up 4 for 6 in this one. And here comes Mapes, who's 0 for 3. He walked twice. Takes the ball low. Swings and misses a 1 down and in, and then fouls 1 away, 1-2 on Cliff. There's a swing and a miss on that. Farrick gets his second strikeout, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be Stan Spence here to lead it off for the Desperate Browns, and Joe Page does come into this game. He has 3 saves, 3.48 the ERA, and a 1-2 record. 1-1 the count now on Stan Spence, and that's away, 2-1. Ground ball shortstop Rizzuto dropped that one, picked it up again, threw to first in time, 1 gone. Here's Dick Kokos, who takes a strike. And there's a fastball high and tight for a ball, 1-1. That's another good swing on the fastball, but he misses, 1-2. Now 2-2, and there's a fastball inside corner. Nothing Kokos could do with that, and there's 2 away. Page gets strikeout number 30 this season. 2 gone, and here's Jerry Pretty, and he is the last prayer. He takes a ball. Hits one right field side, or left side, and Brown, the third baseman, throws on to first for the out, and that does it. So the Yankees win this one handedly, 10-4. They win the first game of the doubleheader, and that puts them in a pretty good position to get back into this American League race. Hope you enjoyed this one. I sure did, and we'll have another good one for you tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye.